Hello? There we go. Hello! There's always something, isn't there? I can never just have a normal start to a live. Right, there we go. Sorry, I was just fixing the other camera. Hello! How is everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Are we okay? Oh, let's get that in. Move that over there. You can hear me. Perfect. Have you had a good weekend? Hello. Thank you, Sharon. I tried the octopus thing. And I didn't know then what to do with it. So I've just literally clipped it here. Because I didn't have a clue. Because it's like a big poodle of hair. And I didn't have a clue. So I just clipped it up. But thank you. Hi, Leah. Hello. Been chilling today. So have I. Chilled this morning. I slept a lot of my morning today because I got up. It was a very late night after getting all the preparations ready on Friday, and then we got up very early because she woke us up very, very early. So I sort of caught up on my sleep a bit this morning. She had a great birthday. Thank you. Yeah, she had a great day. Yeah, it's a great day. Today's been more of a chilled one, so it's been quite a nice weekend, and now they're off school, so that's nice to have them here as well. Oh, Becky, I hope that went well. Oh gosh, Kelly, well I hope little one's getting better soon. Hello, hello, hello. Oh no. Excuse me. Oh dearie me. Right, so lots going on. We did just do a treasure hunt from around 4 till 7. I popped a little treasure hunt on the website. The treasure items were, I'll just go through them quickly. It was the September deal 2021 charm, which was £25, was down to 15. The lizard charm, which was £25, down to 15. The woven pendant, £34 down to 20. The dot bale pendant, £26 down to 15. The Japanese character of happiness charm, £25 down to 15. Endurance pendant was £32 down to 20. 925 simple drop earrings, which were £25 down to 15. Hand in hand pendant, which is £35 down to £20, and the umbrella pendant £30 down to £20. So that was the treasure hunt. I know a few of you were asking what the items were, so I possibly will pop those on that post as well, just in the comments. But I thought I'd just tell you all. So a few of you said that you found them all. A few of you actually purchased some of them at the discounted price. But yeah, I quite like a treasure hunt because it just means that sometimes on a Sunday afternoon it's nice to have something to do while sitting there almost zoning out but finding. So yeah, it's something that I would enjoy, which is why we do them. Other than that, we've still got our Queenly gifts available. All oysters are available, and we have the new stock on the website, which went on the website on Friday in the new in section. So all the new stuff is on the website as well, which is quite exciting. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. I do have a few more items to pop on the website. We're live this coming Wednesday for our monthly charm deal. So first Wednesday of every month is when we do our monthly charm deal. So that's this Wednesday. So this week we're going to be live Tuesday night normal live, Wednesday night monthly charm deal live, Friday normal live, Sunday normal live. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday this upcoming week. I don't know if the events are made on the page, but I will. Let me make a note actually to double check the events, because if not I will get those on there. Perfect. So the order list was posted on the page not long ago. So if you have ordered, hopefully you can see whereabouts you are. If you would like to order, there's definitely still space available for today. I'm not on a time limit today either. So that's, yeah, that's something. I felt bad on Friday leaving slightly early, so I do apologise. Those of you who did choose to move your openings from Friday to today, I really, really do appreciate it. So yeah, thank you for that. So, shall we get started? Yep, I've got everything. Up first today is Tina Aldershaw. Tina, are you here? Oh, Tina, you said that you're here before. Karen, I don't know if I said thank you, but thank you for the stars there. Thank you, my lovely. Tina, hello. Tina, you have got one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate to your shells? Excuse me. Oh, that's a hot tea. I think this is only my second tea of the day. My tea consumption is going down and it shocks me every day when I don't have a lot of tea. Not on purpose, just because that's how the day plans out. When I'm out of routine, I don't have tea as much, apparently. Tina. So, mystery oyster and donate your shells. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So, your mystery oyster, let's get him open. So, I was just getting the pearl picker there. Okay, so let's go down. Your mystery oyster, my lovely. Quite a nice pop there. And in here, there is your mother of pearl. You can see there's no pearls on that side. I can, however, see a peeper here. So quite a nice brighter peeper. Oh! And you're twinning with two-tonal autumn peach pearls. I'm just having a squidge in here. Okay, there's no more in that one. You are twinning with two-tonal autumn peach pearls. Let me dry them up for you, and I'm going to go around each pearl as well, just because they do have those different colours and different markings as you go around the pearl. So peach number 1 is lighter and brighter as you go around the jewellery. So hopefully you can see there the different markings. And then twin number 2 has the same colourings, but again this one's got different markings. So I think this one's got slightly more of a brighter area covering to the other. What do you think to these, Tina? Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. I can pop one on the jewellery for you. If you're not happy, we can swap them, so it's completely up to you. It went well, thank you, Patsy. Yeah, it did. It went well. Thank you, my lovely. And I said before, but I don't know if you've just come on, you may have missed it. I said thank you to all of those who did move from Friday tonight to this evening. I really do appreciate it. So thank you again, Patsy. Autumn Peach number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5, and your Autumn Peach number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. So they are measuring different sizes there. Light icy blue and blush pink, of course you can. Let's have a little look for you. If I pop those to the side. Do you have a preference to which one you'd like on the jewellery, Tina? Lighter icy blue. and blush pink. Let me hold these up for you. Perfect, perfect. Which one would you like on the jewellery? Let me bring you back up here. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome everybody joining us today. Pop those in there. And on there. Don't be sorry, Kelly, at all. Welcome, my lovely. That was the first person today. So you've only, yeah, we haven't been on long at all. I think 12 minutes we've been on. So not long at all. Icy blue on the jewellery. Perfect. And Tina, no, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, Tina. And that's safe up there for you. Oh, Julie, you're very welcome as well. I'm glad you like your earrings. Right, up next then today is Patsy Fraser. Now, Patsy, I saw you a moment ago. Are you still here, my lovely? Patsy Fraser, are you here? Patsy, hello, my lovely. Patsy, you have got four openings and 2 queenly gifts. So if it's okay with you, we'll do your 4 openings first, and then we'll grab the queenly gifts afterwards and then open those if that's okay. If so, which 4 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, bless you. So we've got 4 oysters and 2 purple queenly gifts. Okay. Bless you. How fast I type. Oh, it's years of just typing, I suppose, Joanne. Yeah, it's just... And I've got the typewriter sounding keyboard, if you like. So it makes it sound nice and possibly sound fast as well, because it's got the click back, if that makes... Like I can type fast, but it has that noise to it. Does that make sense? That's fine. And you'll have 2 Nunu, 2 mystery. Perfect. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And are there certain colours you're hoping for? So that's 2 mystery and then 1 and 2 Nunu. Okay, let me get these open for you. Donate the shells. Thank you, my lovely. Well, Sophie will be able to confirm this, but sometimes my typing isn't even like readable. Sometimes this is because firstly, I'm a really terrible speller in the first place. Like I can't spell. I'm really, really bad at it. And secondly, if I then type too fast and I miss a letter or put in odd letters on an already spelt wrong word, you're going to have to guess what I mean. So Sophie will be able to say that. No particular colours today. Okay, and donate the shells. Perfect. Patsy, let's go down for your 4 oysters then. So, mystery oyster number 1. Ooh, deep pop there. And there is your mother of pearl. So if we have a squid, actually, I can see a peeper there. You have a darker peeper there. Let me just have a squidge. There's no more in that one. Right, so if we dry this up for you. Your first pearl out. Oh, he's a 2-tonal silver, but he does have a slight flash of green to him. So can you see silver? Oh, I don't know if the green's... Can you see it there? So it's a dark silver with a flash of green. Oh, bless you, Sophie. That's kind of you to say. Right, so if we have a open your second oyster here, double pop there, and in here there is your mother of pearl, and if we have a squidge in here, oh, you have a gold pearl, ran away there, but I'm just going to have a squidge. And there's no more in that one. So we have a gold pearl from your second mystery oyster. He is slightly 2-tonal with this one. So we do have the lighter and darker gold areas around the pearl. And then moving on to the 2 Nunu rainbow oysters. So Nunu rainbow oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. And in here you are twinning. And they look like you're twinning with dark purple twins here. Let me just dry these up and hold them up so you can see. Beautiful dark purple twins from the first Nunu rainbow oyster. Again, slightly 2-tonal there with lighter and darker purple areas. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is a Nunu rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, there's no more in that one. And he is a darker chocolate. Okay, Patsy, what do you think to these? Now, if you're happy with these colours, that's perfect. As you know, if you're not happy, we can of course swap them for you. So you've got a dark silver with that flash of green, 2-tonal gold, 2-tonal purple twins, and a darker chocolate. If I run them through the board, the dark silver is straight off there. It's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The 2-tonal gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Purple number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. purple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. So they're the same size there. And then your chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. Any other earring fittings other than studs? Yes. So we've got the studs, the 925 silver studs, the gold studs, and then we've got the 925 silver drop earrings, which are the thread through earrings where the pearl dangles on the end. We've got those in silver and gold. Other than that, we've got all of the earrings on the website, which obviously the pearls can go on. So I'm not sure what else you mean, but yeah, gold and silver studs, and then gold and silver simple drop earrings, which are the thread through, the pearl dangling at the bottom. Does that make sense? Are you happy to keep all of these colours? Twins on the drop earrings, you can indeed. The silver drops, I can invoice you for that. That's not a problem. So invoice for the purple twins on, I assume it's the silver 95 silver drop, but just confirm for me just so I get that right. Yes please, and a hoop fitting on the others. Okay, perfect. So invoice for the purple twins on silver drop, and the others on hoop fittings. Perfect. I've got that down for you. The invoice for that will get sent across for you tomorrow, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. We also then have 2 of the Queenly gifts, which are the purple ones. So I think that you've grabbed the last 2. It is the last 2 in there. I can possibly top them up again because this is carrying on until Friday. So I probably will top these up. So supporters, you get the purple option for the purple ones as well. In here are crystal charms with the guaranteed 4 pearl oyster. Now, Patsy, as you know, I did have a little blip when I wrapped up some of these, and some of them may not have the guaranteed 4 pearl oyster. If that's the case, we will, you get to pick which pearl you'd like to keep out of the oysters that we open, and then we'll add in a 4 pearl oyster. So you will definitely get that. We just need to double check. So I hope that's okay. So let's go down to get these open. Are we donating the shells here as well? Parcel number 1. There's 1 and 2 oysters, and here's your charm here. Now you have the sunspot charm. So with this one, we have these sun pendants on the website. The charms are not on the website yet, and you have got the blue sunspot charm. So you can see it's got the point on the back, so it's always going to have that little wiggle. Donate the shells and understood. Perfect, Patsy, thank you. I hope you're happy with this one here. So sunspot, you can see all the facets in the crystal as it catches the light, and it does look like it gets to like a darker and a lighter blue, just depending on where the light hits it as well. Now with these ones, you can have the pearl on or off of the jewellery, so that is going to be up to you, my lovely. Okay, so those are those 2 oysters. If we open up this one as well, and then I'll keep the oysters separate just so we can see the 4 pearl oyster situation. So opening up your second parcel, Oh, and there's 1 and 2 oysters there. Okay, so you have got a spike crystal charm this time. So these spike crystals are on the website. Okay, so these ones are under crystal charms on the website, and this is that gorgeous burnt orange, almost, I think it's volcano on the website, in colouring, and it's got that, so you can see sort of the two-tonal lighter and darker orange, orangey red. Like I said, it's like a burnt orange colour as the light hits it. So I hope you're happy with that one as well. And 2 completely different styles and colours of charms there, which I love. Again, with this one, you can choose to have the pearl on or off of the jewellery. It's going to be up to you. Okay, so let's just, gonna, like I say, keep these oysters separate down here, just so we can make sure that we've got the 2 4-pearl oysters. Okay, so the first set of oysters then, my lovely, good luck. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for with these ones now you've seen the charms, or are we going to see what comes out and you can decide from there? There's one side. And the other side. And your first one is a quadding. First one is a 4-pearl oyster. Phew. So let me just have a squidge there as well. Perfect. There's no more in that one. And actually, with your first oyster, you can kind of already match the charm colours with both of the charms you already have. So if you wanted sort of matching colours, you've already got that here. You've got a burgundy red, a 2-tonal Pepsi and TARDIS blue, 2-tonal gold, and a darker gunmetal grey. So gorgeous. I like to call these the Avenger Avenger colours, sort of like the Avenger oyster there. Oyster number 2 from that first parcel. Oh, careful. Let's just do. There we go. There's one side. And the other side. And in here we have got a bridal white, and there's no more in that one. So second oyster has given you a bridal white Patsy. There he is in the sand. Okay, oh, runaway white, let's pop that back there. So moving on to the second set of oysters here. So these were in the second parcel now. So in here, there's one side and the other side, and you have got a gorgeous larger darker purple. There's no more in there. Now he looks like he is a really good larger size here. I'd be interested to see what size that one's going to come out as. So there he is in the sand. You can definitely see the size difference between them. And it's quite a nice rich dark purple colour as well. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. Yay! You are quadding. Okay, so 2 sets of quads here, which is perfect. I will be topping the Queenly Gifts Up supporters, so if you would like to grab a charm one, keep an eye on the website and they will be guaranteed to have a 4 pearl oyster in. Okay, so your second set of quads, you've got a black cherry, a lavender, a blush pink, and a apple green. Okay, what do you think to all of these, Patsy? Now, you can have pearl on or off of the charms. If on, I'll need to know which colour on which charm. You've got a burgundy red, two-tonal Pepsi blue, two-tonal gold and darker gunmetal grey, a bridal white and a dark purple, and then a black cherry, a lavender, blush pink and apple green. If I run them through the board, gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Two-tonal gold's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Two-tonal Pepsi's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And burgundy red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Bridal white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And your darker purple's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Moving on to the last quad, the black cherry's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. The lavender's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Blush pink's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the apple green's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. Ooh, red on the red, white on the blue, and the rest on hoop fittings. Not a problem. Let me just pop these in the correct bags and then I'm going to write that down for you. Okay, so we're going to have okay, so I've got down worth, oh bless you Patsy, you're very welcome. I've got down here that on the blue charm you'd like the white, on the red spike charm you'd like the burgundy red, the purple twins from the oyster openings you'd like to go on the simple silver drop earrings, and then you'd like to be invoiced for hoop fittings on all of the rest of the loose pearls. I hope that's all correct. Your invoice, it'll all be on the same invoice. Excuse me. Oh, I feel like I've got a tickle in my throat. There's nothing there to cough. Excuse me. The invoice will get sent across for you tomorrow and it will go to the email address that's in the order form. That's safe up there for you, my lovely. All correct? Perfect. I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Rachel, hello. I hope you and little one are doing okay. Up next today is Selena Hodges. Selena, are you here? Hello, Cindy. Thank you for joining us. Selena, hello. Selena, sorry, just drinking my tea there. You have got a Queenly Gift blue. So that is a bracelet or a anklet. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? So your blue Queenly Gift. Oh, here is your item. and your 1 and 2 oysters there. Now, place another order today as well. Okay, not a problem. We'll finish opening this one and then we will do that for you. Now, this is the heart links. Oh, I can't remember if it's an anklet or a bracelet. Bear with me just a second. Sorry, I'm just double checking if it's a bracelet or a anklet. Oh, is it heart? Okay, it's not coming up. Oh. Okay, it's not. I'm on a mission now. I'm ever so sorry. I'm just finding it. It's not coming up on the normal website, which may mean it's actually out of stock to purchase. So I'm just looking on the back office now because I've started. I now need to find out. Donate the shells. Perfect. So it's the heart links. This is the anklet. Okay, perfect. So this is an anklet. Now you can of course wear the anklets as bracelets as well. It just depends on the sizing of them. So this is the same link all the way around this anklet here. So if I just pop it on here and then you can see. Now on the website it is called the Heart Links anklet, and that's because it is a heart link. So each link is a heart shape. So upside down and then just flipped around as you go around the anklet here. So entwined hearts all the way around. Now your pearl on this one, I normally pop it central. So central, which is opposite the clasp. So then as you wear it, it will be central. So the clasp will be at the back and the pearl be at the front. With this one though, it can also fit jump rings and lobster fittings onto it. And you don't have to have the pearl on there if you don't want to, Selena. So it's going to be up to you what you'd like to do with that. I hope you're happy with that one. If we open up your 2 oysters here, there's 1 and 2. Okay, so is there certain colours that you're hoping for? Oyster number 1. You love it. Perfect. Oh, there's one side and the other side. And in here, you are twinning. And you're twinning with Mavender twins here, my lovely. Twinning with Mavender twins. Now, Mavender are that darker lilac purple shade. And it does look like here you've got one twin which is visually larger than the other. So if you do choose to have the Mavenders on the jewellery, you can let me know if you prefer to have the larger or the smaller one. If you don't have a preference, that's absolutely fine as well. So it's completely up to you. And then moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you are twinning, and you're twinning with what looks to be natural coloured pearls here. So it's more slightly different colours to each other. One is a pinky lavender and one is more pink. So natural coloured twins. One's pinky lavender, one is a natural pink, alongside your Mavender twins there. Okay, so before I measure them, I'm just printing off your second order, which is also a queenly gift. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the second Queenly gift as well, because then you've got all the pearls to pick from, because that's what I normally say. If you have the Queenly gifts opened at the same time, you can combine the pearls from that opening between the jewellery. So if you're happy to do so, we'll open up that one as well. Then we'll measure them all at the end and you can tell me which one you'd like where. Or of course, if you prefer to keep them separate, that's not a problem with me as well. We can do that for you. That's fine. Okay, perfect. So your second one is a white. So white's right in the centre here. And if we go back down to open him up. Okay. And your pendant here. And then there is your 1 and your 2 oysters. So with your pendant, Roz, bless you, you're very, very welcome. It's not a problem at all. Okay, so your pendant here, this one is on the website, I believe. It's like the infinity sign, however the top half is slightly smaller than the bottom half. It's all encrusted with zircon crystals all the way around, and you can see that your pearl sits in the bottom loop there. So that circle in the centre is where your pearl will be. You shouldn't be able to see that circle because the pearl will be covering it up. So I hope you're happy with this one, Selena. Now this one, the pearl does need to go on the jewellery. So the anklet you don't have to if you don't want to. The pendant, the pearl does need to go on there. Okay. So if we open up the second set of 2 oysters, and then we'll go through all of your pearls together and you can decide what you would like to do. So oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side, and in here you have a dark pearl, and there's no more in that one. So your first oyster has given you a dark coloured pearl, and if I just dry him up here so we can have a look. He's a 2-tonal silver. So if I just take you around the pearl here, light silver going into dark silver. So you can see the different shades of the silver there. So 2-tonal silver from your first one. And then oyster number 2. There's one side. And the other side. And in here you are quadding. Selena, in your second oyster you have got 4 pearls in the 1 oyster there. Okay, so if I just dry these up for you as well, and I'll pop them in the sand so you can see. Okay, so we have got a Pepsi, in between a Pepsi and a TARDIS blue actually, a black cherry, a blush pink and a gold. What do you think to all of these, my lovely? So from the top you've got twinning lavenders, one's larger than the other. Twinning pinky lavenders, one's more pink, one's slightly more lavender. A 2-tonal silver, in between a Pepsi and a TARDIS blue, black cherry, blush pink and a gold. I'm going to run them through the board. Laura, bless you, thank you for the stars there. I'm going to run them through the board, and we'll definitely need one on the pendant, and then with the anklet it's up to you. So natural twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Natural pink number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. So they're measuring slightly different sizes there. Visually larger Lavender is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And visually smaller one is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. So they are again measuring different sizes. The two-tonal silvers, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. In between blues is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Your black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Blush is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And your gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. No pearl on the anklet, and you'd like the larger lavender on the pendant. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these in the bags, and then I'm going to write that down for you, my lovely. Okay, so on here there's no pearl, and on here there's the larger lavender. Okay, I've got that down for you, Selena. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well, and that's safe up there for you. Perfect. Have we ever had triplets? Yeah, we do have triplets. We haven't had one in a few months, but we do have triplets. They come out sometimes. It's not all the time though. Selena, you're very welcome. Up next today is Julie McLaughlin. Julie, are you here? Yeah, we haven't had triplets in a few months, at least a few months, I think. I can't remember the last time we had triplets, actually. It's definitely been this year. But yeah, it has been a while. Christmas oysters are good for triplets. That's right, Sophie. Possibly why we've had some this year, actually. But yeah, we had loads in the Christmas oysters, didn't we? Julie, hello, 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 hello. Julie, you have got a queenly gift as well. You've got the red queenly gift. So if we dive in here, the reds have got loads left. I topped up the reds loads. So there's loads of red ones available. Let's go down. So reds are earrings. Okay, so if we get this open, would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, my lovely? Okay, so your earrings are there, and you have 1 and 2 oysters there. So if I get your earrings open, just over a month until Christmas. I need to make an event for that, actually. Donate the shells. And actually, speaking of Christmas, these earrings they're not Christmassy, but they can be very Christmassy. I suppose it depends on what colour you'd like to have in them. If you had like a bridal white or an icy blue in these, it could be seen as like a snowflake earring. Now they're 925 silver. They are stud back earrings, as you can see here. And they don't actually have, I'm sorry, I'm just having a closer look. They don't They don't have crystals on them. Oh no, they do. Sorry, they do have crystals on them. So let me zoom in to show you. So it's got like a 3-pronged spike, and the middle prong is a crystal. It's not prongs, but hopefully you can see what I mean. So the crystal's a longer, thinner crystal that goes down in the centre of each of those 3 fanned sections, if that makes sense. However, if you had these with a, for example, pink, purple or blue pearl, it could be very flowery. If you had them with a darker pearl, it could be with the contrast and colours. So I think the colour of the pearl does make the jewellery, doesn't it, sometimes? So these ones, they could be seen as Christmassy, but they are definitely an all-round earring. I hope you're happy with that, my lovely. And with your 2 oysters, you'd like to donate the shells. Thank you very much. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for? Now you've seen the item, is there certain colours you're hoping for? Oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. Oh, bright purple to start with. So we're going to see what colours come out. That's not a problem. You've got bright purples to start. Oh, bright purple, sorry, to start with. There he is in the sand. And then moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here, oh, you are twinning. And you're twinning with pastel apple greens, Julie. Let me just dry these up for you. What do you think to these pastel apple green twins? Now, one of your greens does have a darker, brighter green spot to him as well. What do you think to these? Now, if you'd like the greens on the jewellery, that's perfect. If you'd like the purple on the jewellery, we can swap out one of your greens for a matching purple. That's not a problem. Purple number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And then green number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And green with the spot is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. So they're measuring slightly different sizes. However, visually, they visually don't look too different, if that makes sense. Yes, of course. Let me have a little look. Possibly might have to swap it off of the live. Let me have a look in another pot, just because the shade of purple is one of our brighter purples, but I think that one's slightly smaller. So let me just have a look here. Ugh. Do you have a preference to which green that you'd like to swap out? Okay, so possibly, is that okay if I have a look? Let me just check one more part. Oh, nope, that one fell on the floor. No. Too big. Oh. I think that one, if I just show you this one's just slightly larger, but is very, very similar. If not, I'm happy to swap off of the live, and I can definitely look for one which is closer. So your one is the one which is closest to the green. So this one's your one. Are you happy with the one that I've added in there? Just going to bring you back up. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I'm glad you are happy with those. Okay, so I'm just popping them in here, and then I'm going to write that down for you. Julie, thank you for the donations with your showers, my lovely. So purple. I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well, and that's safe up there for you. Okay. Up next then today is Sandra Waite. Sorry, I always get confused if it's Sandra or Sandra. But Sandra, are you here? Are you here, my lovely? Hello, Sandy. Hello. Sandy, you have got 3 openings altogether. What 3 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Mystery and donate. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So 1, 2 and 3. Let's get these ones open. There's 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so if we go down, we'll see what colours come out. Perfect, and then we'll go from there. Not a problem. Oyster number 1. Good evening, Angela. Quite a nice deeper pop there. Oh, and the pearls ran out backwards. So there's no pearls on that side. You've got this chocolate pearl that ran out backwards there. And if I just have a squidge in here, there's no more in that one. So your first pearl is a larger chocolate pearl. Here he is. Moving on to oyster number 2. Quite a nice deep pop there. Oh, and again, a runaway. There is your mother of pearl. You've got a darker runaway there, and if I just have a squidge in here, there's no more in that one. So if I dry this up for you, your darker runaway, sorry, here, and he's got blue in him as well. So he's a dark green with a flash of blue. So I'm hoping you're going to see this. Obviously it's a darker base. Can you see that? It's like a dark green, and here, so green, 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 there is the flash of blue, and then back into green. So I'm hoping you can see that there. Perfect. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is your mystery oyster. So quite a nice deep pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And if we have a squidge in here, oh, again a third dark pearl sandy. And there's no more in that one. Green and blue on the lizard, not a problem. And you've actually got a second chocolate. So the first chocolate, which is in the centre of all your pearls, is a brighter chocolate. Then you've got the darker chocolate, and then the green and blue. What do you think to these? So you've said that you'd like the green and the blue on the lizard. I'll write that down. With the other two pearls, which one would you like on which item of jewellery? Now, of course, we can swap them if you're not happy. So we've got light chocolate, brighter chocolate and darker chocolate. Your blue and green and blue, I should say, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Brighter chocolate's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And darker chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8 as well. What do you think? What would you like to do? When you say large chocolate, do you mean the brighter or the darker? And swap the other one for dark red for the pendant. Sorry, let me grab the red for you. So here's the red here. Are you happy with that red? And yeah, which chocolate am I swapping out? So this one here is the brighter of the two, and then you've got the darker of the two as well. So brighter and darker. The red's in front of the brighter, and then of course the darker's on the end. Not a problem, Cindy. I'll be doing an updated order list shortly. So if anybody would like to order to be on for tonight, that's not a problem. There's not too long of a waiting list if you'd like to be on today. Brighter. Sorry, Sandy, my lovely, but thank you for confirming that. So let me just write this down. We're going to have on the lizard the greeny blue, the chocolate on the charm, and the red on the pendant. Perfect. Okay, so I've got that all down for you, and I hope you're happy with that. Just pop it in here as well. Thank you for the donations with your shells. And again, I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. And that's safe up there for you. Okay, perfect. Up next then today, no, Sandy, you're very, very welcome. Up next today is Anna Mullin. Anna, are you here? Oh, happy Sunday, Charlotte. Thank you for the stars, my lovely. Thank you. I'm fine, thank you, Madeline. I hope you're well as well. And Anna, hello, 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 hello. Anna, you have got 1, 2, 3, 4 openings altogether. What 4 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Two mystery, 2 normal, donate the shells. 1 and 2. And then 2 normals over here, yeah. Cindy, thank you. That's ever so kind of you to say so. Right, Anna, donate the shells. Is there certain colours you're hoping for? So I'm just getting these open for you. So 1 and 2. The shells are so tight to the top sometimes. I put the knife in behind to get it out. Whereas this one's got lots of space. So yeah, I'm not cutting the shells. It's just sometimes I have to just manoeuvre it slightly differently. Right, let's go down. You would love bright reds and whites. Okay, let's start with your mystery oysters. So mystery oyster number 1, we have a softer pop there. And in your first oyster, there is your mother of pearl. And I can see here we are twinning. 1 and 2. Twinning with 2 tonal icy blues with your first oyster. There's no more there. So I'm just going to dry these ones up for you, Anna. Ever so sorry. I didn't realise that wasn't on silent. Sorry, everybody. So with your 2 tonal icy blues, this one here has got a darker blue spot to him. So 2 darker blue spots, so it's lighter with these dark spots and does have that darker colour running through slightly as well. And this one as well is 2 tonal, so lighter and darker as you go around the pearl. So 2 tonal icy blue twins to start with. Moving on to mystery oyster number 2, and you've got a lighter pop there. And in here, there is your mother of pearl. And I can see another blue straight away within the flash there. So if we just have a squidge, and he is a TARDIS blue. There's no more in there. So if I dry up your TARDIS blue for you. So from your mystery oysters, twinning 2 tonal icy blues and a TARDIS blue. And then moving on to your oysters, which are your normal oysters. Normal oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning. Now these are not normal coloured oysters. Oh, pearls even. There's no more in that one. Anna, I'm ever so sorry. These are not natural coloured oysters. So these are dyed, these ones here. And you have gold twins. Okay, you've got one slightly lighter, one slightly darker gold, but you've got gold twins. So of course, if you're not happy with them at the end, we can swap them out for you. But that is not a natural colour, just to confirm. Okay, moving on to your last oyster, which is again a normal oyster here. There's one side and the other side, and in here we have a rose gold, and there's no more in that one. So rose gold is a natural coloured pearl. Okay, so 2 sets of twins and 2 single pearls here. Now if you're happy with these, I'll just need to know which colours you'd like on which item of jewellery. And of course, if you're not happy, we can swap them. So you've got icy blues, both of which are 2-tonal, a TARDIS blue, twinning golds, one darker, one slightly lighter, and then a rose gold as well. If I run them through the board for you, the darker blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. 2-tonal icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. 2-tonal icy blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. So measuring slightly different sizes there. The rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And then the slightly darker gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the brighter gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. Anna, what do you think to these, and which colours would you like wear, my lovely? Okie dokie, right, let me have a look for you. So gold twins for creamy whites for the earrings. Those 2, oh, I want that one and that one. Okay. And then very bright red and a sea green. Okay. Very bright red. What? I never used to drop pearls. Is it because I pull them all out now? I don't know. But I never used to drop them, so it just... as in, not as nowhere near as often as I do now. Right, this is one of the brightest reds that I've got, so just have a look here and let me know if this red is okay. And then if so, do you know which colours you'd like on the other items? Yep, that's perfect with the colour choices, not a problem. Are those colours I swapped in okay? I'm just going to bring you up so I can write that down. But if they're not the correct shades, we can swap them as well. So we're going to have the whites on there, red on there, and green on there. They're beautiful. Perfect. Anna, I hope you're happy with those then. I'm just popping them in here for you. The invoiced item that should be getting, I can't speak today either, dear me, getting invoiced tomorrow for you, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and again I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives, and that's safe up there for you. We are, Roz. That's what I mean. I never used to like have so many runaways. No, Anna, you're very, very welcome. Okay, up next in today is Leah Morris. Leah, are you here? Now, I believe Leah was here at the start of the live, so hopefully you're still here. Leah, hello my lovely. Leah, you have got one opening altogether. Mystery Oyster, donate your shells, and you're hoping for a red, a pink, or a autumn peach. Okay, fingers crossed for you my lovely. So hoping for a red, a pink, or a autumn peach. Let's go down. So your Mystery Oyster, quite a nice louder clear pop with that one, and there is your mother of pearl. Now in here, Leah, you are quadding. You have got 4 pearls in your oyster, my lovely. There's no more in that one. Quadding. So you've got 4 pearls to choose from. I'll definitely need one pearl colour to go on the jewellery, and then all the other pearls are yours as well. You've got a grape purple, a black cherry, a lemon yellow, and a brighter pink. Now you did say you wanted pink on the jewellery, but of course, like I say, we can swap them if you're not happy. What do you think? Grape purple, darker black cherry, lemon yellow, and brighter pink. If I run them through the board, your grape purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And the brighter pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5 as well. What do you think, my lovely, and what would you like to do? Thank you, but nope, 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 nope.
I just poured me a drink as I was walking in.
Nope. Different cup, different everything. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Thank you. Please, please, nope. 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 I'll explain what just happened. Ooh. Can you have pink on the jewellery? Of course you can. That's not a problem at all. Let me just write that down for you. I'm so sorry for all my notes there. I'll explain what happened, Leah. But first, I've got down that you'd like the pink on the jewellery. There we go. thank you for the donations with your shells, my lovely. And I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. So what just happened is, those of you who don't know, I'm out in the office, we've got an office built in the garden. So when Aaron brings me his tea, he walks from the house through the garden to me in the office. Oh, Leah, can you have lobster fittings on the lemon yellow? No, you're not a pain at all. So lobster fitting on the yellow, that's perfect. The invoice for that lobster fitting will get sent across for you tomorrow, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form, Leah, okay? But yeah, I hope that's all okay and that you're happy with that. No, you're very, very welcome, my lovely. So yeah, Aaron walks through the garden to the office. So he's just brought me a tea, and as I've looked over to look at my tea, because I'm quite thirsty, I drink a lot when I'm on live because I talk a lot, and I could see a fly in my tea. Now he's just said it must have been when he walked through the garden that a fly's gone into my tea. I don't know, but that's why I was like, nope. I've just explained. I now want to drink tea, but I'm not sure about my tea. I know, of course, you wouldn't do that. And that thank you for making me a new one. I know you wouldn't have done it on purpose. It's just that's why I was like, nope.
2 tea slots used up.
That's not a tea slot used up. That wasn't my fault. Oh, Leah, you're very welcome. Oh, dearie me. Oh, excuse me. Right, so up next then today is Lois Hearn, are you here? Excuse me. Lois, hello my lovely. You have got 3 openings altogether. 2 expand, 1 natural, and donate the shells. Okay, is there certain colours you're hoping for? So that's the natural. And then 2 expand is 1 and 2. Let's get these open. I was thinking after the Queenly gifts, we could put the oysters in these and have each one for each different type of oyster, which means we wouldn't then have the bags. I'd sort of dive into which section, because all these can come apart, and then you just stack them as you do. So yeah, what do you think? Baskets as a new sort of oyster delivery slot, or are we happy with bags? I don't know. I was thinking maybe it might be, I don't know, would they? I don't know if it would work or not. I don't know. Thanks for the treasure hunt. Saves a lot. Not a problem. I'm glad you liked it, my lovely. Right, let's go down for your oysters. If I've done this correctly, I believe this is your first one is the normal natural oyster, and the second 2 are the expand the rainbow oysters. So your first oyster there's one side. Oh, and the other side. And your first one is he looks like he's a Snow White actually. There's no more in that one. If I dry this up for you, your first oyster is a snow white here. There he is in the sand for you. And then moving on to oyster number 2. Now this is your Expand the Rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. Oh, ran away there. You have got a gorgeous brighter apple green. There's no more in that one. Quite a nice sized apple green as well. So here he is in the sand for you, a larger apple green. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is your Expand the Rainbow oyster. There's one side. And the other side. And in here we have a Candy Floss pink, and there's no more in that one. Okay, Lois, what do you think to these, my lovely? Let me dry them up for you. You've got a snow white, a apple green, and a Candy Floss pink. Now, if you're happy with these, I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. And as you know, if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. Pink natural colours, yes. Lavenders, no. So the pinky natural ones, definitely yes. The lavenders we don't, I'm afraid, have available at the moment. Apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. No white is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. And Candy Floss pink, oh, is a runaway, and he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Yes, of course we can. I'm just going to move these ones to the side. So I'm just going to grab just two very similar, just in case you would like to swap them out. Just so we've got two which are the same size and shade. And then if they're not the correct shade for you, we can go for something else as well. So 1, 2, and this one's slightly darker. Okay, so if I show you these, so the two which are the same are slightly lighter than the single one. They're all natural pinks though. Pamela, not a problem, my lovely. That's perfect. Lois, what do you think to these? Good evening, Bronnie. Have those 3. Perfect. Right, let me just pop that box down there. So even though I've got my spinny thing, I've got one of those spinny things next to me now with all my pearls all my pearl pots in. They still don't fit all the pearl pots. So I still have to get my boxes out as well. It's crazy. Right, we're going to have pinks on there, Lois, and then the darker pink on there. Perfect. Let me pop them in here for you. I hope you're happy with that. And of course, thank you for the donations with your shells as well. That's in there. And then that's safe up there for you. Perfect. You're very, very welcome. Now, Pamela, I actually have you on the order list as up next. Now, I do remember that on Friday that you did request to be after 10. So if you wasn't here, I was going to move you. But Pamela, as you're here, there is no need to move you. We'll obviously keep you here. So, Pamela Rousewell, are you here? Thank you, Bronnie. Thank you, my lovely. I said at the start, I tried that octopus thing on my hair. And then when it came out, it's obviously, it's got the ringlets, it's beautiful, but I didn't know what to do with my hair. So I've just like clipped it back because I didn't know what else to do. Oh, dearie me. Pamela, right, let's have a little look. You have got 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? What do you think? Oh, let me just mark off over here that you are here. Perfect. Hello Lee, hello Jacqueline, hello. I will just do a verbal updated order list. So we've got Pamela now, and then it's Cindy B and Tracy B. So there's 2 people after Pamela. So if you guys would like to order, it will be on today and it's not too long a wait at all. Can you have mystery and donate? Of course you can. How did the cake go? It went okay. Aaron did do the crumb coat, so that made things a lot quicker. But because we blew up like, I think it was 30 something balloons, and we decorated the house, we put all the banners up, we had all the stuff hanging, we had like glitter door things on her bedroom door, so when she opened it in the morning and then everywhere, and then had to do the cake. I didn't end up going to bed. I know that I had 3.5 hours sleep because I have a thing on my watch which tells me actually how much sleep I get each night. So I had 3.5 hours sleep because she got us up very early. So yeah, it took us a long time to get the house sorted. So thank you for moving to today, Pamela. I do appreciate it. But yeah, the cake went really well and she had a really lovely day. So yeah, it went really well. Right, let's go down. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for here? So your 2 mystery oysters. Let's move this one down as well. Mystery oyster number 1. Oh, bless you, Bronnie. Thank you. So we've got a lighter pop there. And in here, a little bit of flesh there, but we can see that there's no pearls on that side. And we have here a Pepsi Blue. Now it's one of those which are in between a Pepsi and a TARDIS Blue. There's no more in that one. So I'm just going to dry this up for you. And oh, I spilt some sand, but the pearl is still in the sand. in between a TARDIS and a Pepsi Blue there. And then moving on to oyster number 2. Oh, beautiful deep pop with that one. There is your mother of pearl. And if we have a squidge in here, you have a Candy Floss Pink. And there's no more in that one. So okay, here is your Candy Floss Pink and your blue. What do you think to these, Pamela? Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. And as you know, if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. Your Candy Floss Pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And your blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he is a 6.5. We do get gold pearls, yes. Oh, let me have a look for you. That one's quite large. Let me just measure him up for you. So he is not an 8, he's an 8.5. Perfect. And then a autumn peach. Let me just measure these two. I've got 2 out here because one's darker than the other, but I've got a feeling that the darker one... Oh no, the darker one is an 8.5. Perfect, so the darker one can be yours then. Okay, so if I just hold these up, can you just confirm if you're happy with these? Beautiful pink, perfect. What do we think to the autumn peach? Perfect, and you're glad you waited until tonight. Oh, bless you. Well, you're very welcome, and I'm glad you're happy with those, my lovely. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And of course, Pamela, I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives. And I've just popped that up there for you. Okay, up next then today is Cindy Brown. Cindy, are you here? I'm fine, thank you, Zoe. I hope you're well as well. Haven't been getting what for the live. Oh, bless you. What I normally say is if you guys would definitely like notifications for the live, each month I make events on the page. So if you just go to the events section and click that you're going to the event, you'll definitely get notified for it. Obviously, then you don't have to come onto the live if you don't want to, but then that way you definitely do get the notifications. But I do make them monthly, so just because we're coming to the end of the month now, so I don't know if there'll be many events there, but if you keep an eye out on the page, I'll make them more for the next coming month. And if you would like notifications, just click that you're going, and Facebook then definitely notifies you, because it's all on algorithms otherwise. Excuse me. So Facebook notifies you on what it thinks that you'll like. So if, for example, you haven't been interested or haven't liked any pictures or any videos or haven't commented on any of the lives or anything like that, it will think that you're less interested, so it won't notify you as much. So another way, I suppose, actually of getting notifications is to, if you see anything on Facebook you're interested in, if you give it a like, Facebook will show you more of it. So if you'd like to see more lives and stuff, if you see any posts from us, you give it a like, and then it will mean that you'd like to see more of it. Does that make sense? Excuse me. Right. So Cindy Brown, are you here? Sheila, we are live every Tuesday, Friday and Sunday. So the next live after today would be on Tuesday evening. Thank you, Bronnie. Cindy, hello. Donate the shells. Perfect. Cindy, you have got a blue queenly gift. So we dive in here. Let's go for this one. You'd like to donate your shells if we go down. Let's see what's in here, my lovely. Oh, this way. Perfect. Okay, so you have a bracelet, and your bracelet's with 1 and 2 oysters here. So the bracelet that you have is the textured curb bracelet. So I can already see, and this is one of my favourite chunkier bracelets that we do. I say chunkier, it's not massive, but it is. Some of our bracelets are more thin and delicate, aren't they? This one is a chunky one, and it is gorgeous. So on the website it's called the textured curb bracelet, and that is because, if I just get this focused, it is a curb style chain, which is the interlocking links, which then sort of lay flat almost on top of each other, and then it's quite a big link, as you can see, and then it's textured, so each link has got that texture on it all the way around each link as well. So it's on the front and back, it's all the same, and it's got quite a large clasp on this one as well, which I quite like. Okay, so that's the textured curb bracelet. With this one you can have a pearl on or off of the jewellery. That's going to be up to you. So I hope you're happy with that one, Cindy. And then you've got 2 oysters alongside him. So, oyster number 1. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for, my lovely? There's one side and the other side. And in oyster number 1 we have a darker pearl. There's no more in that one. Okay, so he is a darker gunmetal grey to start with there. And then oyster number 2 there's one side and the other side. And in here you have a darker, oh, I was going to say burgundy red. Yeah, let's go with burgundy red because I don't think he's quite dark enough to be a black cherry. So you've got a dark burgundy red here. What do you think to these, Cindy? So we can have pearls on or off of the jewellery. That's going to be completely up to you. If on, which colour would you like? The darker burgundy red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he is an 8. What do you think? No, it's just an automatic thing. I've always called them he's. So yeah, it's just something that I say. It's just because I've always called them he's. I'm afraid, Cindy, my lovely, I won't be able to swap the colours because it's the queenly gift. We can't swap the colours in the queenly gift. Only with the earrings we can do that, and that's just to match one of the colours to make a matching set. So I won't be able to swap the gunmetal grey, I'm afraid. We can pop the red on the bracelet, that's not a problem. And then the gunmetal grey can be a loose pearl, but I'm afraid we can't swap it. I hope you can understand. So I'm just writing down that we'd like the red on the bracelet. Is that okay, my lovely? Excuse me. You forgot. Oh no, it's not a problem at all. It's easily done. Pop on lobster fittings. Okay, so just confirm for me if this is correct. You'd like the red on the bracelet and you'd like to be invoiced for the gunmetal on a lobster fitting. Is that right? Oh, Samantha, love that. Yes. Okay, perfect, Cindy. I've got that down for you then. The invoice, that will get sent across tomorrow for you, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. Thank you for the donations with your shell, Cindy, as well. And I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay, and up next today is Tracy Burton. Tracy, are you here? Tracy, hello. With the different name, that's fine. I've got it here. Sorry, my lovely. I always forget to call a different name, so I am sorry for that. Cindy, you're very welcome. Tracy, you have got a queenly gift and you have got a red one. So if we dive in with the reds, and we've got this one here. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Okay, so in here you have got 1 and 2 oysters. Oh, I love these earrings. Donate the shells. Perfect, thank you. You've got the Roma earrings. Okay, so they are hook back earrings. Again, it's all 925 silver. So hook back earrings, as you see, you just thread them through. And then these are the Roma earrings. Okay, so your pearls are going to be dangling in the middle. You can see that there's a little hoop at the top in the middle. That's where your pearl will be sitting. So your pearl will be hanging directly in the center of the earring and will be able to swing around. And then you can see that this has got that gorgeous, almost filigree design around the outside. Lots and lots of detail and different textures as well on here. So they're gorgeous swing earrings. The pearls in the center. Tracy, I hope you're happy with those, my lovely. On the website, they are called the Roma earrings. Okay. So we do need to have pearls on those. You love them? Perfect. So yeah, we will need to know which pearls you'd like on them. So, is there certain colours that you're hoping for, Tracy? Oyster number 1. That's one side. And the other side. And your first oyster, you are quadding. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So quadding with your first oyster, which is going to give you a gorgeous selection of colours here to choose from or to match. So as we know with earrings, we can swap one of your colours to match another one if you wanted to. So we've got a brighter icy blue, a bright very pinky watermelon, a darker gunmetal grey, and you've got this apple green which has got a green spot on him. Okay, so it's a pastel apple green but with a brighter green spot. So icy blue, watermelon, gunmetal grey and apple green. And then oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. Oh, and in here you are twinning And you're twinning with darker pearls there. There's no more in that one. Okay, so if we have a look here, you are twinning with dark silver twins. Okay, what do you think to these, Tracy? And what would you like to do? Icy blue, watermelon, gunmetal grey, apple green, twinning silvers. So the icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. And the apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Your twin silver number 1. Oh, sorry, he's a runaway. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He is a 6.5, and his twin is not a 5, not a 5.5. Oh, he's a 6. So the twins, they are measuring slightly different sizes there. Yeah, I have earrings with odd pearls on as well, and I do wear them. I think it completely, yes, it's down to the person, but I think it's also down to the earrings as well, because some earrings I think just scream to have odd pearls on because they're that kind of quirky earring. However, some like studs, I've got matching studs, but I've also got odd studs. So I think it completely depends. Exactly, Celine. Exactly. It's just, I think they're quite. It's just something more unusual, even more so than having the pearls. But Tracy, what? Oh, can we swap out the green for an icy blue? Icy blue on the earrings and hoop fittings. Invoice for hoop fittings. Hoop fittings on all of the other pearls, or do you mean just a single colour or colours? That's absolutely fine, but let me know which colours, my lovely. So blue on the earrings. I'm just looking. We're definitely going to be able to match these. It's just, oh, look at that. First try. Perfect. Just confirm for me, are you happy with those blues there? All the other pearls on hoop fittings, that's not a problem, my lovely. I'm going to bring you back up. Just confirm, like I say, with the blues if you're happy with those. And I'll pop the other pearls in here. Oh, shiver. Do you get that sometimes? Randomly just, just shiver. Oh, I love that, Becky. Perfect. Your first icy blues. You don't have that colour yet. And they're going to be that on those earrings. And honestly, the earrings are beautiful when you receive them as well, Tracy. So I hope you're going to be happy with everything there. Let me just write down that we're going to have blue on there. And you'd like to be invoiced for the others on hoop fittings. Perfect. Your invoice will also get sent across for you tomorrow, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. As you know, thank you very much for the donations with your shells, and that's safe up there for you. So I hope you'll be happy with that as well once it arrives. Paige, good night, my lovely. They are, Celine. Oh, I loved the angel wing earrings. So the earrings, I believe, they had like an angel wing which was encrusted in zircon crystals. And you had one wing which had the stud part of the earring straight on it with the pearl right under it. And the other earring had the... I can't remember which way round it was, but I think it had the pearl at the... No, it had the dangly, it had like a drop, like a silver chain, and then it had the wing and the pearl at the bottom. Or I can't remember, did it have the pearl at the top and the wing at the bottom? Either way, one earring was right on the ear and one earring was dangling down here, so they were quite quirky in themselves, weren't they? One is a stud, one is a dangly. Yeah, I just couldn't remember what way, where the wing was on the dangly one. But I'm glad you like them. My memory's good. Wow, that was years ago. Right, up next today is Selena Hodges. Selena, are you here? Wing at the top, pearl at the bottom. I was close. Selena, hello, my lovely. Excuse me. Right, Selena, you have got two queenly gifts. A blue and a white. So blue's down here. Let's go for this one. And white is here. Oh, we're going for this one here. So let's go down, my lovely. Donate the shells, Selena. Thank you very much. Right, so let's open up the blue first. So the blue is a anklet or a bracelet. And in here you have your bracelet right on top with your 1 and 2 oysters. Now you have the bangle bracelet. Okay, so with this one, you can have the pearl on or off of the jewellery. How it works is you unscrew the ball of the bracelet. It comes off like that. You thread the pearl onto here. The pearl will be on a hoop fitting. So if you choose to have the pearl on the jewellery, the pearl will be on a hoop fitting. Okay, so as you can see, you can take the pearl on and off the jewellery. You can add more and take away pearls on this bracelet, and then you just get the, where is the hole? There we go. You screw it back on again. Make sure it's done up tight. And then that is your bangle. Okay, so I hope you're happy with that one. And then your pendant parcel, which is the white parcel. And in here, there is your pendant. And you also have 1 and 2 oysters. Okay, so this pendant, oh, I love this one. Okay, so this pendant we actually have the set of on the website. So we've got a matching earrings and matching ring as well. It is the decant pendant. So as you can see, your pearl sits right in the centre of the pendant there. It's got zircon crystals around the outside and a few around the centre points there as well. Lots of swells and design on here. So I hope you're happy with this one as well, Selena. Now this one does need the pearl on him. Like I say, it goes right in the centre. And the bracelet, you can have the pearl on or off. Okay. So if we open up your oysters here, would there be certain colour pearls that you're hoping for? Happy with both. The pendant is stunning. Perfect. I'm glad you're happy with them both there. Just opening up your oysters, my lovely. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in oyster number 1, you are twinning. You're twinning with brighter icy blues there. I think they look slightly, they're just slightly two-tonal. Now there's not a lot in it, but they do have slight darker and lighter points to them. You see on this one, it's lighter there and brighter there. And then his twin's the same, apart from actually he's got darker. There's been a few pearls with these spots on recently, hasn't there? So this one's got a bright blue spot to him. Actually, let's move these at the top there. Okay, so two-tonal icy blue twins to start with. Moving on to your oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you are twinning for a second time. There's no more in that one. And these are natural coloured rose gold twins. So twinning with natural rose gold twins for your second oyster there. I'm going to just pop these all in the front row. Now you can see that those rose golds, one is slightly darker than the other. And the size difference between the blues and the rose golds, definitely a size difference there. Moving on to the second set of oysters. So your third oyster overall. There's one side and the other side. And in here we have a darker pearl. And there's no more in that one. And he's a two-tonal silver and purple. So if we go around here, you can see that this purple goes into that silver and then back into that darker purple. So two-tonal purple and silver. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here we have another darker pearl. And there's no more in that one. And he actually looks like he's another dark purple here. There is Kerry. However, if you would like to order, let me know. So I don't finish the live, if that's okay. Okay, so Selena, you've got a twinning two-tonal blue, twinning rose golds, a two-tonal silver and purple, and then a single dark purple as well. I'll definitely need to know which one you'd like on the pendant, and then the bracelet, it's up to you if you'd like a pearl on or a pearl off. Okay, Kerry, not a problem. If I run them through the board for you, icy blue number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Icy blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8, so they're the same size there. Darker rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And lighter rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5 as well. Darker purple and silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. And your dark purple's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Okay, what do you think, Selena, my lovely? So twinning icy blues, which are slightly two-tonal, twinning rose golds, dark purple and dark purple. None on the bracelet, and you can have icy blue with the spot on the pendant. Of course you can. Let me bring you back up here. So that's the one with the spot, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So let me just write that down for you, my lovely. Okay, so no pearl on there. And then we're going to have blue with spot. And if I just make a note, set, so spot is showing. Just make that note, otherwise, just so it's definitely showing on the pendant. That's not, just so note for me. Selena, thank you for the donations with your shells. And again, I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you, my lovely. Perfect, perfect. Not a problem. It got put on hold. It's been like, I started this like the end of last year. It's taken such a long time. It got put on hold with obviously from basically the end of March, because I went away, and then with all the basically April was just taken out of the business. April just didn't happen very well, did it? Because I went away for a week, and then I fell poorly. Then my family fell poorly, and then when I came back into the office, Kia fell poorly and her family fell poorly. So it was just, the business sort of tried. So yeah, with that, it hasn't happened. So yeah, it's still not ready. Right, up next then today is Kerry McGregor. Kerry, are you here? Kerry, hello. Kerry, you have got two queenly gifts. So you have a blue and a white. Oh, which white are we going to go for? Is that one? Yep, that's one. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, Kerry? If we go down, your blue parcel, and you have 1 and 2 oysters. Oh, now you also have a bangle style bracelet. I believe this one's called the frosted bracelet, I think. Now basically, as you can see, it is a bangle. It's all 925 silver. Now here, you've got that gorgeous, it's like a flowered snowflake, like a frosted flower. All crystal frosted flower there, and your pearl actually sits opposite on the opposite side, so you won't see that pink. That's where your pearl's going to be. So you get the frosted flower on this side, and then your pearl goes there as your bangle. So this one does definitely need the pearl on there. Okay, so I hope you're happy with that one. And then if we open up your pendant as well, you have 1 and 2 oysters, and here's your pendant. And in here, again, we've got a little bit of sparkle with your pendant here. Oh, let's just pop it. I'm just threading it onto this chain so we can hold it up so you can see, Kerry. So with this one, your pearl is going to be set right in the center of the pendant. And you can see it's a 3D, as in 3D. It comes out, it's got some width, is it? Some body to the pendant. So you can see that the petals have all got holes, if you can see that there. So it actually comes out, it's not just a flat pendant. So each of the petals is encrusted with the crystals, and your pearl is going to be set right in the center. So both of the items definitely need to have pearls on them. Okay, but I hope you're happy with that one as well. Depth, thank you, Nick. Could you tell I was struggling? I was trying to think of the word. Oh, I felt like I got there in the end when I said it wasn't flat. Oh, gosh. Kerry, I'm glad you like them. But I'm just opening up your oysters. What have we said? Oh, donate the shells. Perfect. Now, definitely a pearl on each item here. So, oyster number 1. Are there certain colours you're hoping for? There's one side and the other side. Oyster number 1 and your cording. There's no more in that one. So first oyster, and you have your 4 pearls here. You would love a yellow. You have a yellow. Actually, you've got a sunset pearl. So you've got a grape purple, a coral, a baby pink, and then your yellow is a sunset pearl. So sunset is when you've got a 2-tonal yellow and coral, so it actually looks like the sunset. So it's yellow on one side and it goes into that gorgeous orangey coral there. So sunset pearl on the end. If I just move it round so we can see the sunset. Okay, so grape, coral, baby pink and sunset. Moving on to your next oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you've got a dark TARDIS blue, and there's no more in that one. So here is your dark TARDIS blue. Then moving on to your next oyster. There's one side and the other side. And we have a darker pearl here, and he is a darker gunmetal grey. And then moving on to your last oyster, my lovely. Oh. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you are twinning. And you're twinning with lemon yellows. So you said you was hoping for yellow. And now you're twinning sunshine. Oh, sorry, not sunshine. Twinning lemon yellows there. Okay. Kerry, what do you think to these, my lovely? Now, I will need to know which one you'd like on the bracelet and which one you'd like on your pendant. You've got grape purple, coral, baby pink, sunset, a TARDIS blue, a silver, and twinning yellows. What do you think? Your grape purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Your coral's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Baby pink's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And the sunset is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5 as well. Dark TARDIS blue's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Dark silver's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Yellow twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And yellow twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5 as well. Okay, Kerry, what do you think to these, my lovely? Can you have the lemon yellow on the necklace and the bracelet? I love that. Let me just write that down. So we're going to have yellow on there and yellow on there. So then it will be like a matching set as well because of the crystal and sparkle. Okay. And then all the other pearls are yours as well. Perfect. I'm just popping them on here as well. Kerry, I hope you're happy with that then, my lovely. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. That's on there. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. Perfect. Very happy. No, you're very, very welcome. Not a problem at all. It was good, thank you, Joe. She had a lovely day. I had a lovely day. Everyone had a lovely day. I was exhausted. She also picked to play Monopoly. So we start, but we didn't, because of the busy day, we didn't start Monopoly until 8 o'clock at night. So we put a 10 o'clock limit on it. So 2 hours on the Monopoly, and I won. I'm one of those that don't let children win. We win fair and square. So I won on that one. I mean, my daughter, she was second, but I won. But yeah, it was a good day. Thank you, Bab. Over there, if you can, just on next to that. Yeah, that's brilliant. Can you take that as well, please, darling? Thank you, sweetie. Yeah. Right, I think, let me just refresh this. I think that's the end of the live today. So, thank you all for joining and all for watching. We're going to be live again on Tuesday evening, and then Wednesday evening for our monthly charm dip, and then Friday as well. Did you spell? Yep, Aurora. That's correct. Yes. So yeah, I hope you'll have a brilliant Monday and a good start to your week. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.